Welcome to our video presentation of our paper titled SOE as a Hybrid Organization, the Case of Internationalization. A brief background of the authors. Dr. Vidya Sukumar Panikar is a lecturer in international business at School of Business and Economics at Loughborough University, United Kingdom. And Sandeep Shivkumar is a doctoral student at Indian Institute of Management, Kozhikode, India. And myself, Rajesh, I work as a faculty at Indian Institute of Management, Kozhikode, India. A brief background of our work. Primarily, we used to work on governance of Indian firms during its internationalization process. As part of that, we also observed that SOE internationalization is on the rise, and about 16 out of the world's largest 100 firms are state-owned enterprises. Recently, we have also observed, because of globalization and liberalization, there has been privatization of many state-owned enterprises, and thus consequently there are now more flexible hybrid forms of ownership of state-owned enterprises. State-owned enterprises are not only owned by government but also institutional investors and family owners, institutional investors being foreign institutional investors and domestic institutional investors. These ownership groups differ in their objectives and goals. As we are all aware, the literature clearly states that unlike the private owners, which are institutional investors and family owners, state ownership's objective function is not profit maximization, but welfare maximization. Consequently, studies have used dual agency perspective, because state owners are primarily state has a welfare objectives, whereas SOEs still may not have a welfare objective like the state. They might have their own objectives of maximizing profits, and there are further managers who have their own set of employment oriented objectives. So there are two levels of layers, one which is basically the state, and then you have SOE at the second level and the manager of the SOE at the third level. And that's why there is a dual agency lens that is primarily deployed to explain the state-owned enterprises internationalization in the literature. In this paper, we basically combine the resource dependence theory with dual agency lens, primarily because hybrid organization faces multiple levels of agency conflicts, as well as these other owners of hybrid organizations that we just discussed, other ownership groups like foreign institutional investors and domestic institutional investors, through their provision of resources, could counterbalance and the impact of state-owned enterprise, state owners on state-owned enterprises. So accordingly, our hypothesis is basically the greater the share of state ownerships in SOE is negatively associated with international investments, and that's primarily because state-owned enterprises is completely dependent on state ownership, and state ownerships is not inclined to internationalize, and consequently they do not provide resources for internationalizations as state owners, and thus SOEs do not have access to these resources due to the greater share of state ownership. So hence the internationalized investments is lower for those kind of SOEs. However, we also see that the hybridity of ownership, how it plays a role in moderating the relationship between state ownership and international investments. Primarily, if you look at foreign institutional investors who have an objective to do for profit maximization, they tend to provide the resources in places where there is profits that can be generated by enterprises. And SOEs, in its quest to internationalize, is looking at enhancing its profit objectives, and thus FOI ownership is negatively moderating, and thus helping in the internationalization quest of SOEs. Whereas in DII's case, DII ownership is supporting and positively moderating the relationship between state share ownership and international investments. The data is an Indian sample with 85 unique Indian firms during 2006 to 2017 time period with 1009 data points. The variables are log of annual foreign investments. Ownership variables are measured as percentages, board-related variables, and other controls. So methodology that we deployed is fixed and random effects panel estimation techniques. If we can see that we have control for board size, independence, board independence, R&D intensity, total assets, advertising intensity, debt to equity, exports, liquidity ratio, age, etc. And what we found is state ownership is negatively related to international investments, whereas the FIIs negatively moderates the relationship between state ownership and international investments, and DIIs positively moderate the relationship between state ownership and international investments. So one of the implications of our study is that the kind of ownership matters for state ownership in pursuing the state-owned enterprises in pursuing their internationalization strategy, while FIIs seems to support the internationalization quest, DIS is not supporting it. And this is also, furthering the argument of escapism proposed by Khanna and Chaudhary and Khanna in their paper on state-owned enterprises from India, where they argue that state-owned enterprises internationalize if they are able to garner more revenues. But then if you have to invest abroad, what kind of ownership structures will enable state-owned enterprises to internationalize is one of our contributions. Thank you very much for listening to our video presentation. We look forward to our live author show session on July 6th between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. And we look forward to your comments if you're not able to attend at rajesh@imk.ac.in. Thank you very much.